So my tests kind of, um, I don't know what the word I'm thinking of is. They all like reinforce all my thinkings already about myself. Like as I was taking them, I was like, yeah. Like I already knew all the answers I was gonna get before I even got them. But for the Myers-Briggs one, it was extrovert 47, and then intuitive 3, feelings 25, and judging 16. So it was the ENFJ. This just meant that, well, I'm extroverted, so I'm pretty outgoing in groups and active, and I prefer to work in teams than by myself usually, and I also tend to take the lead. And then also, I don't know, the EN, that whole thing was just like kind of confusing to me, but I guess like what I found was that my personality type is like one of the most universal, and I don't know, I don't even really know about that one. It was honestly so weird to me. I was trying to understand it, but they build successful careers in a broad range of organizations and occupations. So basically what I got from that is that I can pretty much do anything in any group. And then the big 5, I actually got high in all of them. Extroversion, I got a 4. I got just pretty outgoing and active. And then for agreeableness, I got a 4.3. And just like genuinely like to be positive and like to help other people in the group and make sure that we're all on the same page, getting things done. Like I mesh really well with others, and then I'm good at resolving conflict and like coming up with like creative problem solving solutions to make sure that things get done. I also, but like a weakness in that is that sometimes I just want to be liked like in a group, and so if somebody says something, I'll just be like, oh yeah, like that sounds good, even if like I don't always agree with it. Sometimes I'll just agree anyway, and then later I'm like, why did I say that? And then conscientious, I got a 4.4. I'm just like achievement oriented and reliable, and like I'm thorough. So like all the goals that I make, I tend to always strive to meet my goals. Like I don't usually give up on something unless I've literally like exhausted to the point where I can't get it done. But in that, I sometimes will take on too much work, and then I'll like overwhelm myself, but then I don't want to give up, so I'll do it anyway and then kind of struggle through it. And then for stability, I got a 3.8. I'm pretty just relaxed and even-tempered, like even when it's like a stressful situation. I don't really let the stress bother me. I just keep doing my work, and eventually the stress kind of calms down. And then for openness, I got a 3.9. So I'm open to new experiences. I've brought interests. I'm open to new ideas from people, and I like to hear people out rather than kind of judge their ideas on the spot. For the locus of control, I got a 28, which was moderate. Basically, I see like the future as being in my own hands and not like some far-fetched thing that you don't have to work for. Like I work hard in doing what I can to like develop my knowledge and my skills and abilities, and take notes of like information of how I can better my future. But then I'm also like accept situations that I can't change, and that I'm okay knowing that I can't control everything. For the type A personality test, my score was a 209, which like Brenda said, like that just told me I was a type A, but I don't know what that means. I read it and I was like, okay, I guess I'm type A. I was gonna Google it, but then I didn't. And then I'm also a tactile learner. So basically I just have to be doing things with my hands, or moving, or taking notes just to take notes because it makes me feel more productive. I take notes on literally everything. Like even when the teachers are like, you don't really have to write this down, I'm like, I'm still gonna write it down. I'm still over there writing it down. It's good though, because then I'm always like the writer in groups, I feel like, which I don't mind. And then the emotional intelligence, my score was a 95 out of 100. I guess I just like have the ability to recognize emotions in other people, and I can respond really well to other people's emotions and kind of like plan where things are gonna go, like where the conversation's gonna go depending on their face. I feel like a lot of people can't really pick up on some verbal cues sometimes, but I can. So in a group, if somebody's having some verbal cues, I'm always like, I can recognize them. And then aptitude for entrepreneurship. My general profile was a 172. This one was kind of confusing to me, but I think what I got from it is that I'm an average entrepreneur and that I probably shouldn't be one, which is fine. And then, so basically all of these results, basically, like I said, just backed up what I had already thought about myself, that I'm just a hard worker and I'll get the job done and nothing really can get in the way, and that I'm really good at working with other people and forming relationships and building on that. On a team, like I'll usually either take the lead or I'll let somebody else take the lead, but support them. I'm not really one to just let somebody do the whole thing by themselves, and I do not like being the person that has to do the whole thing by themselves either. I'm basically just like a team player, like ready to go, ready to do what I need to do, and hopefully other people feel the same way. And then 2 goals were to allow others to speak without interrupting and carefully listen to their ideas. Usually if somebody says something, I get really excited, or like if I have something to say, then I'll say it before they're done. So one thing I try to do is just like to stay quiet and just like let them speak. And then also my other goal was to get to know the strengths and weaknesses of others in my group, because I feel like usually like in a group project you're just like, oh, that's just my team partner, like I don't really care. Oh, you're good. But I feel like getting to know other people's strengths and weaknesses, you can actually like delegate tasks that they are good at and not give them things that they clearly like don't know how to do or aren't like well equipped to do. So that was my other goal, was actually getting to know the strengths and weaknesses of you guys, rather than just thinking of you as like another person in my group. Yeah.